Thank you guys for watching Straight from the Hip. Please, again, remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment below. Today, we wanted to talk about, we have a segment called Build a Player. I got inspired by seeing my kids build a bear, and I thought to myself, what could we do to build a great player? What attributes or what components are needed to build a great player? So I figured in this situation, each one of us individually will bring up attributes that we think will help build a great player, and we will decide if that attribute should be put on the list. And we're going to pick out 4 total. Okay. So, Coach, we're going to start with you. What attribute do you think will make a great receiver?
I'll go with speed.
Speed. Now, when you say speed, we're more definitive. Does he need to be blazing fast, or what's that parameter of speed?
The faster the better. Because the bottom line is that I need him to be able to stretch the field. Mm-hmm. Because the bottom line is the faster the receiver, the farther back the free safety has to be.
Travis, do you agree that you think speed is needed for a receiver to be great?
Absolutely needed to be great?
Yes.
No.
And why do you think? What is your comps, and why do you not think
John
some of your
Ross,
comps?
the number one, the fastest player in the combine, has obviously more speed than any other player ever.
Has he played yet in the NFL?
Yes, he has. Okay. Multiple years, and he's terrible.
Did you say John Ross?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
so why do you think a receiver does not need speed?
I'm not saying he doesn't need speed, but I don't think that's one of we're talking about 4. I don't know if that's a 100% key attribute. I just think there's others that are a little bit more important.
So there are some in the Hall of Fame that didn't have speed. Is that what you're saying? I just want to make sure I'm hearing you right.
I would say yeah. I would look at Chris Carter.
Okay.
Say Chris Carter wasn't a blazing speed guy.
Yeah. There's a few, but not many. Most of them jokes had great speed.
Greatest receiver of all time, Jerry Rice, wasn't a blazer.
I was gonna say,
well, he wasn't a blazer if running the 40, but then you didn't ever see anybody catch him either. He just didn't know how to run a 40-yard dash.
I've seen some. I'm a Redskin fan. I've seen Darryl Green catch him. Anyway,
you can't say Darryl Green. Darryl Green's the fastest man ever.
That's what I'm saying, but I've seen Darryl Green. Okay,
you can't say Darryl Green. He's the fastest man of all time.
I think it's important, but is it? 4? I don't know. It may be number 4 on my list. I don't think it's.
Okay, so we're going to curb speed for a second because we didn't get a complete vote on it. So I guess I'll go to me. I think to make a great receiver, I think first and foremost, it's all about the hands, baby.
That was going to be my first one.
You got to get the hands. You got to be able to catch.
You have to be able to catch, yes. I agree.
So we agree on this one, yes?
That was going to be my number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we have hands on the board. I wish we had a board behind us. It'd be great to put a board up there. Hands is one attribute to make a great receiver. Travis, your turn.
I think you have to have the mentality. You have to want to catch the ball. You have to want to, break tackles. You have to have a football mentality. If you're not raring to go, if you're not in the game, if you're just out there catching balls.
If I'm a GM, I ain't signing no receiver to break no tackles. I tell you that right now.
You get what I'm
saying. Nobody signs nobody to break no damn tackles.
Travis just dropped a cheat code. He's like, well, you got to want to play football to be great.
Yeah.
You
No.
We know there are players.
Like, that's a cheat code.
We know there are players out just to get the money.
No.
Well, but I can also say that Randy Moss didn't really want to play all the time, and he was still great. We can make an argument about a few receivers that just were naturally gifted.
Julio.
Oh, damn, you're going to do Julio. But what do you think, Coach?
I disagree. I don't think mental toughness is there's a whole bunch of chicken shit receivers that have played in the NFL.
I won't go across the middle.
Thank you. They didn't have no kind of mental toughness. I mean, some people, they say, had in their contract where they didn't have to go across the middle.
Okay, well, sorry, Coach. Go for your next one. So right now we have his hands. What's your next one?
I'm gonna go with quickness.
Ooh, I agree there. Go ahead, explain why you feel.
Because I mean, I can tell you right now, as a receiver, you don't get any separation if you aren't quick.
Right.
No matter how fast you are, I'm talking about quickness.
Exactly.
I'm talking about in and out of the break, being able to explode out of the break, get out of the break. Once you engage somebody, you go up to them and whatnot. It's the quickness out of the break that decides whether or not a receiver gets separation. It's a must have.
Travis, you agree?
No complaints here. Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
I think the best receiver we think in the league, Antonio Brown. I don't think he's a blazer, but I do think
Quickness.
out of that cut, that quickness. So number 2 thing we have on the list, hands. Number 2 is quickness.
Yep.
My number 3, I'm going to say, I think the ability to run block is essential to be a great receiver for me.
I'm with you on that.
What do you
You
think?
know how I feel about that.
That was going to be my number 4.
And so I guess I want Coach to go into why run blocking is essential to be a great receiver.
Because the bottom line is you never will have long plays on a football field if you don't have receivers that block. Because the bottom line is that when you hand the ball off, if your receivers aren't blocking, your guy will never be able to get to the second level. I mean, that's the bottom line, and that's the only way you have. I tell my guys as a receiver coach, because I was known as being a good blocking receiver, if we won't get plays over 25 yards if we're not out here blocking somebody. Because most receivers will go out there and won't block their guy, and their guy runs free and catches it, and that's not part of the plan. The plan is for you to block your guy, and if you will block your guy on that level, then you better get long plays, and those are backbreakers.
All right. So we got that. So 3 things up here. Number 1, hands. And again, it's not in order of what's important, but hands, quickness, the ability to run block. That question, I guess we'll go to Travis now, right?
Yep.
And Travis, what are you implementing for what number 4 should be for a receiver to be great?
Vision. You need to be able to see what's going out. What's while you're in play. You need to be able to see defense. You need to be able to see if cornerback's coming up, safety, whatever. If you can break it off into a go route or a curl route or whatever to get open, you need to be able to see. When you catch the ball, see who's coming at you. If you can break the tackle or something like that. So I would say vision.
Coach?
No.
I knew you.
Why you think? No, you say no.
Because I'm gonna tell you what it is, and he's trying to say it, but what I think.
I think he was hitting that too. But go ahead. But
route runner. You gotta be a good route runner.
no,
I mean,
the lead. Tell us why vision's incorrect.
because it's because I don't really know what he's talking about when he says vision. That's why I said it's route running.
know.
Because it's when you're route running is being able to adjust your route based on what happens. It's not about vision. It's about being able to adjust my route based on what I'm seeing the defense is giving me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I think it should be route running.
So you're going to nominate your next one as route running,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
I agree. Travis, do you disagree?
Route running, yeah.
Okay, so there's our 4. We say to make a great receiver, we say hands, quickness, run blocking, and route running. Now, Coach, this segment, because as you as being a coach, can you name one thing that a player could do training to improve each of these categories? What would you tell a player that wants to improve their hands? What was the first thing you would tell them to do that immediately?
Catch 100 balls a day.
All right. What would you tell a player to help improve their quickness?
Do a lot of footwork drills.
All right. And do you have one in particular that you think is a little better than the rest?
I mean, it's where you're just breaking off 90 degrees either way, breaking off 45 degrees backwards, breaking off 45 degrees forward. So you run in place and then you're snapping it either that way, whatever.
Okay.
Based on what you're being told to do. So I say 45, or I say 45 and point back this way, point back somebody in front of you pointing, and then you jettison out of, your run, whichever way.
Run blocking.
Run blocking. I mean, run blocking is really, I tell guys all the time, it's 90% want to, 10% how to.
Okay.
And so that's kind of the whole mentality piece. If you want to be a good blocker and you understand, because it's about getting yourself in the right position every time. And making that defensive back have to come through you to get to the football. If the defensive back is here, Travis is here, I'm going to put myself here,
Right.
and he might truck me or whatever.
Right.
But the bottom line is I'm going to make him have to run through me
To get
to the guy. And then I better have a good enough running back that can, can do something with that.
All right, number 4, route running, or something they can do to improve route running.
Oh, that's just going out there and putting in the grind right there. That's going out there running a lot of routes on air. You don't even need a quarterback. Just go out there and just run the routes, based on your route tree, whatever routes you run on your team, and just continually run them over and over and over again. Then when you get somebody in front of you, obviously you continue to do that. But that's just putting in that grind and finding somebody, trying to find you a quarterback who will throw you the ball so you can work on your route running.
All right. Thank you again for watching Straight from the Hip. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and follow us. Comment below. What do you think were attributes that we might have missed? Or do you think maybe we should take out run blocking and add this in? Or should we put back in speed back in there? What things do you think will make a great receiver for this segment? I think we're going to call Build a Player instead of Build a Bear. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Good night, Miss Francis.
Straight from the Hip.